Prepsimi Khoshidian with 140 kilos on the bar just a few moments ago.
Yeah, it's looking very solid. First attempt. It's good progress. She's getting somewhere closer to her best compared to where she was last year.
So if you're just joining us, you're very welcome. Michaela Breeze with myself, David Goldstrom. The final chapter of the 2015 World Weightlifting Championships. The final medal opportunity in the women's super heavyweight over 75 kilo category. And this is Mariam Uzman in 18th place at the halfway stage. Very much subpar the Commonwealth Games gold medalist from Nigeria so far.
Oof. That hit her very hard at the bottom. Ooh, wobbly overhead. Arms never really locked. She's not happy. She in pain, maybe? If you watch the replay, you'll see how hard the bar hits her in the receiving position. That's simply because the bar came way higher than it needed to. Then has to stand. Here the arms never go to lock. I know we've got this rule now where you can wear an all-in-one piece and you can have a suit on that covers your arms, covers the elbows, but it does make it harder to spot the press out.
So the first of the two Koreans, and the less successful, 115 kilos from the first half of the competition. Son, her teammate, with 3 more. And that's a very hard opening clean.
Needs to nail the jerk because the clean was far from convincing. Well, she's in the competition.
Well, that was 145. She's done 155, but on the evidence of that...
Well, let's see the replay. She may have been off balance. On her toes, yeah, on her toes a little. But still shouldn't have been that hard. I don't imagine we're going to see a 5 kilo increase, probably closer to 2 or 3.
Prepsimi working here to try and recapture her best form, hoping that it'll be good enough what she delivers today to earn her a place in the Rio Olympic Games.
Well, likewise, very hard clean.
Oh,
that's
no.
Not going to arm's length.
She will have another chance, like all European athletes. She will have the opportunity to come to the Europeans next April in a small town called Ferde. It's probably the smallest place that the European Championships have ever been to stage their competition. About 2 hours to the east of Bergen, 45-minute flight up from Oslo. And the Asian Championships will be the last opportunity for, obviously, the Asian lifters, and there are American Championships and also Oceanic and African Championships for all those athletes in the region. But if you can qualify by putting in a good performance to get a high-ranking performance here, it makes it so much easier to prepare for the Olympics.
Oh, foot slipped. And that's right, some of these athletes are going to be a bit more relaxed following this World Championships, knowing that they've got a really solid performance on the board. Others are going to be very worried and are going to have to go and work really hard in the build-up to their continentals.
And those who are already qualified, of course, they can make their own plans for what they do to the build-up to Rio. And those continental championships figure in some of their planning, because it's, you know, you don't want to be off the stage for too long, otherwise you get a bit ring rusty, to use a boxing parlance.
Yeah, these athletes will have to be selective over when they aim to peak. For those that are yet to qualify, they'll probably be looking to peak at the Europeans and then do the best they can at the Olympics. For others, the Olympics will be the focus. That's a tough clean. Needs to use her legs now. Last time it was the upper body. That's better, it's at arm's length. Manages to recover. Good lift.
Relief. And you can just see what it takes out of you. 6 attempts and all the work backstage in the warm-up room.
Well, I'm not sure we're ever going to see her get back to her best of 166. That's another 21 kilos on top of this. Just shows what a class lifter she was.
Yeah, she's certainly paid her dues to Armenia, hasn't she, over the years? I mean, she's really delivered as a weightlifter. So Mariam Osman in the very uncomfortable position of having had 2 failures, and if she misses this one, the total is lost, and so is the place, and so is the position, and ultimately the points that could count towards Rio.
It's better. It's the best one we've had. That'll be enough to get her a total.
And I do echo what you say, you know, wearing this type of lifting suit where you can't actually clearly see the arms, I'm not in favour of that, to be honest.
No, I think the rule's been brought in for religious reasons to allow everybody to be able to compete, but
yeah,
in this case, it's not great.
Succeed Ronnie O'Sullivan. The UK Championship, every day, live on Eurosport 1 and Eurosport 2.
Grepolis, bring prosperity to your people and lay the foundations with the help of the gods of a powerful empire. Plan your strategy, forge alliances, and fight in epic battles. Conquer island after island and become ruler of Grepolis. Play now for free at grepolis.tv.
Every day is a new challenge, an opportunity to make a difference. Since 2005, FIFA has supported over 200 social development programs. FIFA's Football for Hope initiative is helping to change lives and bring hope through the power of football.
So Lee, terrifically difficult clean, the first one for the 26-year-old Korean. So the first part of this examination she has to achieve with much more economy.
Oh, caught it with a chest low. That first attempt looked like an absolute limit for today. And, I'm not sure there's much more there. Just a shake of the head is too much today, she's saying. Maybe she's carrying an injury. No, she looks like she's holding her back.
One thing I've learned through these championships from you, Michaela, is that pretty well everybody's injured.
Yes, they are. Every single one of these lifters that we've seen all week will be carrying some kind of niggle. That's just part and parcel of elite sport. And the hours that they put in day after day, it is absolutely relentless. And there's not one part of the body that doesn't get used in weightlifting.
Number 3.
Korea's going 148 again.
Yeah. Or is that... I'm not sure. Sarah Robles.
Well, just biding her time. She would have expected to have been out on the competition platform now, but we've had a number of failures, athletes following themselves, which has delayed her start to the competition, but she'll be out, I think, after two lifts to go. Or has
Opening
Lee pulled out,
attempts
maybe?
by Shaima.
I think Lee of Korea has pulled out.
Yeah, that looked like a slash through the card. But it's still not showing that on our computer screens. But this is 150, so I would assume, and now confirmed, that Lee will take no further part. So 150 for our Egyptian candidate.
Good extension. Adjusts the hands to make the jerk easier. That's great if you have the flexibility to do that. Doesn't look altogether happy. Maybe that's the business face. Come here to do a job. I still have 2 attempts remaining. I'm going to stay focused right to the end.
Bit disappointing that the audience have diminished a bit since the men's super heavyweights, but those that are there are being enthusiastic and supportive. There's Nogai of Kazakhstan nearest to you. And the lifts at the moment, this little group here are pretty tight together. Just to remind you that Meng has posted 165, Kashirina unbelievably 185, Kim of the People's Republic of Korea 160, and Pulsap Sakul of Thailand 158. Now, Kim of Korea ended on 130 at the halfway stage, and Pulsap Sakul on 136. There might be a bit of a fight there, you know, for the bronze medal. But this is Sarah Robles getting a big cheer, 152. Lying in 6th place at the halfway stage, bringing forward 122 kilos. So this for 274, and it would put her into 1st place in the clean and jerk and the total.
Well, fairly convincing opening attempt. Stands up really strong out of the clean and dynamic overhead.
And she's sporting those knee supports which you favour.
Yeah, most athletes do, to be honest. Most lifters would choose the knee supports that pull up. Doesn't have to be a Lyco brand, can be any.
Yeah, I was going to say other brands are available.
Yeah. I personally use the Strength Shop brands. Why? Because they come in different strengths. You have the single ply, the double ply, or the triple. Started off with single and had to progress to double ply as the knees progressively got worse. But no, the pull-up knee supports are probably the best recommended because they're easy to use, they're quick to adjust if you need to, compared to the wraparounds that take quite a while to do up.
So it looks as if Son, if she comes in and takes her first attempt and succeeds, is going to be the better of the 2 Korean challengers. Son is 22 and Lee 26, so the youngster to get the better of the argument. She failed to get a total in the Asian Championships, but she did clean and jerk 162.
Oh, ay. What's happened here? Nothing worse than a lifter being psyched and ready to go. Technical controller has allowed her onto the platform. I'm not sure what the problem is.
Neither am I.
Neither are they. Come on, let's go. The athlete's ready. So the bar, 155. It is her that's being called.
Well, the clock's just started. They did stop the clock, so she's got a full minute.
Yeah, but why? What for? That's just down to poor organisation on the side. She knew she was ready. The coaches had it right. The weight on the bar is correct. No need to bring her off.
Well, that's got to be out of her mind now, just refocusing. First attempt.
Nice overhead. Just got quite heavy off the floor, but managed to make the rest of the lift. fairly comfortably.
So overall leader, runner-up in the clean and jerk at the moment. Or I should say the other way round, actually. But 156 for Son. 155, I beg your pardon. And this is Nogai, Nadezhda Nogai for Kazakhstan, still a junior at 19 years of age. And 155 for her. This is what she's going for. And this will be for the lead in the clean and jerk and the overall.
Well, Nogai is clearly a lifter we need to watch out for, especially going into Olympic year. That's another 4 kilos on her personal best, and that's just her first attempt. She's progressing at a rate of knots and has real aura about her, really comes onto the platform with meaning. Not the best technically, whips the head and shoulders back. I don't like that at all. Very good overhead though in the jerk phase.
How do you reflect on the body weights though, Michaela? Because one of the things that sticks in my mind is when Mateusz Steiner won the gold medal and the Olympic medal, he won it on body weight from Shigashev of Russia, who was hugely lower in body weight. And, you know, such is the difference between body weights here.
It is, but as I said before, carrying excess fat is not going to make you lift more weights. It's carrying good, solid, conditioned muscle that's going to allow you to be stronger. So you may have a lifter that's weighing in, as Nogai is at 97.7 kilos, going head to head with Robles, for example, who's 148. But actually both of them, if you look at how much actual muscle mass they're carrying, probably fairly even. So it's a case of, yes, putting the body weight on, but putting on good weight so you can be maximally efficient.
Shaima, 5 kilo increase. I don't think these women that we're watching now are going to get involved in the fight for the bronze medal, but there are a heck of a lot of personal bests and personal targets being achieved.
Well, we could see her following herself now. Could be a 2-minute delay here. Body language is fairly negative. Pretty despondent with that attempt. See, she didn't move her feet very wide. She would have got that had she moved her feet a few inches further forwards and backwards, allowed her body weight to drop a little bit lower. So when you get to these kind of weights, if you physically cannot drive the bar any higher, then you've got to split wider, drop lower to be able to catch it at arm's length.
And our equipment sponsor, but first 156 will be the weight.
Well, she has gone up to 156. That will buy her a little bit of recovery time.
Yeah, so Pulsapsakul of Thailand, 156. Remember, she's in the bronze medal position, and she's in that third place. Got a 5 kilo pull over Nogai of Kazakhstan, who was in fourth place at the halfway stage. So needs to build from here to make sure that she can get yet another overall bronze medal.
Well, comfortable opener. Oh. Left foot wasn't even touching the platform, I don't think. And she knows it.
Look at the support. Everybody's got a role, everybody's got a task.
See here, good extension. Strong to stand up, drives the bar off her windpipe. So strong that she hardly needs to move her feet very wide. Bar floating, catches at arm's length. It's not a shove, it's not a push with the upper body. It's a drive with the legs.
292. She's getting ever so close to her overall personal best of 295. That was this year in the Asian Championships. 294 in getting the bronze medal last year at the World Championships.
I missed it.
160 for Nogai.
from 161 for Son.
So Shaima to try and get this 156, and it would give her a total of 271, which would not be a personal best. I'm afraid too many failures. At the moment, she's only got 2 good lifts out of 5, so poor percentages, really. Now, has she listened to you?
What did I say? Feet need to move wider. Needs to drop her body weight lower to catch it.
Answer, no. Really despondent, fed up with herself.
You can only understand my devotion my madness, my sacrifice. If you share my passion,
Well, 157 coming out for a second attempt. Sarah Robles, this is going to be a personal best by 2 kilos if successful. Right, easy, clean. Bar driven nicely to arm's length. There's more there. She's still got 1 attempt to go.
Yeah, it could go 160.
I think so.
Yeah. That would give her 5 out of 6. She'll want to do at least as well as Jenny Arthur in terms of number of lifts made.
Well, I still think she's going to be just out of the medals, but this is great progress from her and building up into Olympic year that we keep mentioning. Who knows how much further she could go if she continues at this rate.
She was 7th in London, total up 265, so as you say, improvement. And just to reiterate, the starting weights for Meng, 183, and interesting, Meng, what had Meng posted originally? Clean and jerk. What's she?
165.
So she's
coming
gone
out
up to 183.
Really? Does that come up on your... Wow.
Oh, just
Okay,
checking at the moment on the...
Maybe they're having a...
I had her at 165 and she's gone to 183. And Kasharina at 185.
Well, she does have a best of 181, and if we reflect on the snatch, she was in personal best form, so you never know. By putting in a 165 has probably thrown Kasharina. Do you know what I would have done is put it up to 170 maybe.
Yeah.
And then put it up to 183 at the last minute to try and catch Kasharina off guard, but they've given her enough notice here. Nice again, a couple of steps forward, but that's no problem.
Going rather well, 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I think the Chinese have missed an opportunity here, really, to try and throw Kasharina off guard.
Yeah, you'd have played that card a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely. She had to move it up because the bar's coming up to 165 shortly. So I would have waited until she was called, then put it up to 170, and then when she's called for 170, whack it up to 183, and then suddenly Kasharina has a couple of attempts less.
Yeah.
That's part of the game, is the coach's job to play that game, not the lifters. The lifters won't have a clue what's going on in terms of weights being called. The lifters shouldn't really be too aware of what's going on with the scoreboard.
But before you come to the competition, you would have had a chat with your coaches about what your thoughts are for your
Yes, you would, and you have to trust
that night.
You would, definitely, and you'd have to trust the coaches to make the right call. It's just it's a shame when it doesn't always come off.
But equally, they've got to respect you during the competition if something isn't going quite right, or indeed the other way, if it's going really, really well.
Absolutely, they've got to be able to respond to the situation, but having a lapse in concentration from the coaches is inexcusable, really.
This is Nogai.
Oof. Good jerk. Just a bit rough on the technique of the clean. Very strong though, 161 for a junior lifter.
Yeah.
Not bad going.
And she is closing the gap, isn't she, on Pulsabsakul of Thailand. Remember, she was down in 4th place at the halfway stage, and this 6 kilo increase brings her up to 392, and that's only 4 kilos now behind the Thai lifter.
Well, it's going to be an interesting fight for these medals.
And she's overtaken the Thai lifter in terms of the clean and jerk.
I think Pulsabsakul, or her coaches from Thailand, will be focusing on the overall medal.
Yeah, they've both only got 1 attempt left. And we're getting ever closer now to the appearance of the principals, but we've still got Son with 2 attempts to go for Korea. And Kim about to start her challenge. And it's not impossible. She was left on 130 kilos, and she's coming in at 162 here. Now, she was down 6 kilos, but with lighter body weight than the Thai lifter. So the Thai lifter's got 160. Now, this would, on her first attempt, reduce the deficit to 4 kilos. And she'd have 2 more attempts.
Really good overhead. Just want to see her stand straight out of the clean. Use the whip on the bar to help. A lot of the lifters from the People's Republic of Korea just seem to hit the bottom and then try and come up. Timing is everything.
Well, this is interesting because she's got a personal best of 165 kilos. 165 kilos is what Pulsabsakul has posted. Oh, in fact, she's come down to 163. Sarah Robles in for 162.
This is a big increase. We expected a 160, but 162, this is another 5 kilos. And this will be 7 kilos above her best coming into the competition. Huge attempt coming up.
7 kilos to boost her to 286 as a total. And this...
That's in the head. That's a shame.
I was looking for 6 out of 6, but like Jenny Arthur, she makes 5 out of 6. But she's not disappointed the crowd, maybe a little disappointed herself, but the crowd have been with her all the way.
It's a good personal best all round, so...
Interesting, isn't it? The only 2 Americans to make finals, women. Okay, we're in the business of the bronze medal here. So, Son of Korea. And this is 8 kilos increase. Not really a contender for the overall, but maybe trying to just get herself into a position where she might nick a bronze medal in the clean and jerk. It's an outside chance, but this would put her into the lead in the clean and jerk if she can pick it up.
Oof, buried her at the bottom.
And I think, well, Pulsabsakul is on 163. Kim of Korea, 166.
This is an important lift now for Pulsabsakul coming onto platform.
Yeah, she's really going to open the door for the People's Republic of Korea lifter Kim Cook Hyang if she fails this, but she's looked pretty good, and she's going for 6 out of 6.
1 kilo personal best.
Doable. Oh, didn't catch it. Well, she's left on 296. That is a personal best by a kilo in terms of the total, but how expensive. She's been the world bronze medalist for the past 2 competitions, and she's just opened the door of opportunity for her rivals, Nogai and also Kim Cook Hyang. So Son has got to come out again. So Son, as I said when she came out last time, if she lifts this, she goes into gold medal position in the clean and jerk.
Not to be. Too big an increase in weight.
And that, I'm afraid, means that, unfortunately, Korea, both in the men's and women's divisions of these championships, are without a medal. And I'm very disappointed about that, because as a weightlifting nation, they've been very good over the years. I mean, I was talking earlier about Yang Mirang, their super heavyweight. So this is Nogai. The bar has gone to 165. Now, this is a 4 kilo increase, which would take her up to equal the weight of the Thai lifter. By body weight, she would go into the overall lead on 296. So the Thai lifter breathes a sigh of relief, because Nogai is left on 292. It's not over yet for that bronze medal. Kim Cook Hyang.
Oh, Kim Cook Hyang of People's Republic of Korea has posted a 166. This would be enough to push Pulsabsakul down a place.
Yeah, Kim Cook Hyang with 2 attempts now to put herself into what effectively will be not only first place in the clean and jerk, but ultimately could be the bronze medal overall. And she still has 1 more attempt after this, so she's really got 2 goers at this. She's, on paper, she's not going to mix it with Meng and Kasharina, so this is a big chance for her. Asian champion, 296. That's what she lifted in the Asian Championships, in winning that title this season. So this to equal that achievement in terms of overall kilos. 165 is what she achieved in the clean and jerk on the way to that total. So this would be a 1 kilo personal best in respect to the clean and jerk. But it's the overall medal she craves. Second attempt. Can she stand up? Yes, she can.
Almost there. Needs to stand still.
That's it. She's got it. That's into the lean in the clean and jerk, and into the lead overall by virtue of lighter body weight, 97.48 kilos. You can see it there. And the Thai lifter who weighed in at 123.19. And she's still got one more attempt to go.
Well, that's guaranteed her a medal.
Well,
Question is which colour.
Yeah, she's guaranteed at least the overall bronze, and it could be the clean and jerk bronze as well. Probably will be.
Yeah, almost certainly, making the assumption that Meng and Katarina both make a total. The only way she would really get better than bronze is if there's a big mistake from one of the two top lifters. See Katarina just taking a steady stroll across the warm-up room, nearly ready for her turn.
Well, Kim's going to have to follow because, you know, she's down in the 160s, the other's in the 180s, so she's just got to decide what she wants to take. I mean, it's all about personal bests now, and
probably 2 kilos on top of that, I would have thought. That was a personal best by 1 kilo already. It looked tough. There's not too many more kilos there. Maybe 170. So 168. Magic Joe gets rid of the pain.
People's Republic of Korea with so far gold, 5 silvers and 1 bronze. China in the women's division, 11 golds, 6 silvers, 1 bronze, despite some setbacks. Azerbaijan second in the medal table. Russia with only 1 gold, 2 silvers and 5 bronze, but Katarina already has added to that with a gold in the snatch phase. So
well,
the bar at 168.
This is a big ask, mainly for the fact that she's following herself and hasn't really had time to recover, still blowing as she's coming up onto the platform. Using the full 2 minutes though, she knows how long she's got. Needs to stand, we know she's got the leg strength.
Come on, bring that leg forward, stand still. Well, did the bar go before the down signal? I can't really tell.
I think the light came on before the buzzer went.
Yes, good. She deserves that because, well, 2 to 1, but I think that's a bit of a nonsense. I think she deserves that. She was stable, it was correct.
There was nothing wrong with that lift.
No. So that's a great effort, 298. And what's really nice about it is not only is it a personal best, but the fact is that she also takes 3rd place by real body weight clearance, 2 kilos clear of the Thai lifter.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot ask any more than what she's delivered today.
So Meng went up to 183, brought it back down to 180. Mind games between these two, between Meng and Katarina. Meng 145 at the halfway stage. Katarina 148. Closer than we might have thought.
The question whether the bar was stationary on the shoulders. Didn't look like deliberate oscillation though. She was taking a couple of short breaths. That's allowed. The lifters don't take deep breaths with the bar on the shoulders. That's when they lose the platform, the chest that the bar's resting on. So short breaths are better advised. We'll see here, really good clean, stands up. Bar's whipping, that's normal, that's natural. I think that's okay. I don't think there's any deliberate oscillation there.
So, Katarina 185, this will be interesting. Now, where's Meng going now? Have we got an indicator? No, just the...
Well, it's at least 185.
The standard 1 kilo, but...
It's at least 185.
Well, this is 185 for Katarina.
I would have thought Meng would probably just follow Katarina because she's...
Ah.
Oof.
Now.
She's okay.
I'm not saying she can't recover of this, but that is a setback. Didn't expect that.
It is, and just looking at the scoreboard now, Meng has posted 190 for a second attempt. She's only 3 kilos down.
Well, that's right.
After the snatch. This could be a lot closer than we could ever have imagined.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing about Meng is, I mean, she's heavier than Katarina, so at this moment that isn't a factor.
She'd need to outlift Katarina by 4 kilos, and she now has the advantage, or she's levelled, I guess, the advantage that Katarina had on the clean and jerk.
Yeah, well, she had 3 kilos of deficit to make.
This could be close, David. I did not expect this.
Well, they're both world champions. Difference is that Katarina's done it twice and Meng's done it once. And overall, of course, Katarina is the more successful of the two. But she's going to have to prove it now. She doesn't...
Well, she needs this.
She doesn't look quite so awesome as she did in the first couple of attempts in the snatch. It's serious now. That's better. That's more like it. And that was good.
Well, she only has 1 attempt left. If she goes to 190 now, it's going to force Meng out before her. I think the bar's going to go to at least 190.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how one failure can turn the whole complexion of the competition. Because there she is, Katarina. Got her 185 to go with her 148, 333. She leads Meng at the moment by 8 kilos and body weight. So Meng here with the 190.
Meng's fancying a chance at a world record attempt if successful with this.
Yeah, world record is Tatiana's at 193. You're absolutely right. We're getting very close. But this is the crucial lift, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If she gets this, the game is still very much on. Because Katarina has only 1 life left. So this to regain the advantage.
Oof. Okay.
And now it swings back to Katarina. Now Katarina, she posted 191.
Well, by going 191, forces Meng out again.
Yeah, she wants, the Russians have got to get Meng to go out first. And that's what they've got to manipulate, achieve, basically. And then they're in a much better position, because if Meng fails, Katarina's won. If Meng succeeds, then Katarina's got to go and prove herself to be the world champion that she has been for the past 2 seasons.
I think the coach is saying, get this or it's a long walk home.
Do you understand how much my bonus rests on this? Do you understand my wages? Just remember. You got the message? So still 190 for Meng, still 191 for Katarina. Well, I think this is totally sensible. I mean, Meng going into a new zone somewhere she's not been.
Yeah, only by 9 kilos. This is a huge ask of Meng.
Well, actually, I've got her down as actually having lifted to this, well, lifting 188 about 3 years ago in FISU Championships. But, I mean, that's, you know, that's 3 years ago. That's a long time back. So she makes this, and the competition is still alive, and Katarina's under real pressure. If she misses, then Katarina is world champion 3 years running.
Well, that's better. What can she do with it now? Oh,
No.
so close.
That was very close. It was a great attempt by Meng. Fair play to her. She really gave it a really good effort, but it means that Katarina can breathe a sigh of relief because she's secure in her World Championship defense. And, well, she's got 191. Does she need to go for her world record of 194? Not really. And she had the opportunity in the first half of the competition to go for a world record and denied that. And she's just going to come out for 191. So, world champion 2013, 2014, and 2015. Oh, not in her head. So, maybe the fact that, you know, she'd already won the title or kept the title, that didn't help either. The motivation not really there, and it'll be interesting to see if she comes to the Europeans to prepare for the World Championships, I should say the Olympic Games next year. But the Russians have ended up on the last day. They have taken both the super heavyweight titles. Lovchev, absolutely outstanding in the men's competition. And Katarina's 3 gold medals has whizzed them up into second place behind the Chinese in the medal table. There you can see Katarina in the clean and jerk. Not the greatest of competitions, but all credit actually, I think, to Meng and also to Kim Cook-Hyang coming up there to get the bronze in the clean and jerk and ultimately to take the overall bronze. That's a good achievement for her, denying the Thai lifter Pulsab Sakul. So, sporting congratulations, Katarina. It looks better than it really was, 333 to 325. Kim, very good, 2 kilos ahead of the Thai lifter there to take the overall bronze. Nogai, a name to keep on the notebook for the future. Khurshidyan working her way back, but still a long way to go.